Pissing off the competition every time I win, I say it ain't enough. Funny when you on a whole nother level, they telling you out of touch. Back when you couldn't pick me out the bunch, I had to shine to get up out the rough. You tried to kick me down, but now I'm clutch. I used to say it's up, but now it's stuck. If you ain't ballin' with me, better bounce. No, we can't kick it, kid, I kick you out. They love to close the doors up in my face. Now look at their faces running out of doubt. I had so many demons that would echo the words you speaking that I couldn't count. But couldn't keep me down, cause I stayed down. Trying to take my pain out. Trying to take my pain out. Feel my pain now. Hey, moving for the takedown. These days does be a dime and a dozen.
This is one of the very last times that you'll hear me say this, but I welcome you to another Wednesday, another Warzone professional wrestling, and this live from Houston, Texas is gonna be it's gonna be one of those, man. Let's lock in for it because it will feature something like this. Casey is on the way to face Scarlett at Revelations, but in order to do that, she's got to be ready, bro, and she's got no other choice but to be ready when she meets Kay in a matchup that is going to, how do you say, test her mental. And then Ramos himself is going through a transitional period where he's going to be deciding whether or not he's able to take on that one and that only boy. And I do mean the one and only Oxley. Oxley is like, how you say, different in many ways, but if we talk about difference, we got to talk about Marilyn, because Marilyn has actually done a nice amount of different work in her career, leading to where it is that we're going to see her come Revelations, which is competing against Sierra J. But Marilyn ain't the only one that's going to be in action, because we got something else, which is going to be the Joke, who is going to be renewing an old rivalry as he heads into this Saturday, where he's going to be competing against Umbra. But tonight, he meets Tsunami in one-on-one action. But then y'all can guess something else, right? Y'all can guess that we still got something else for you. On his way to trying to prove that he is the king of the cruiserweights, Draven will meet with former cruiserweight champion Kevin Barnett. The way that all this stuff is coming together, man, for the show that is going to be taking place for Saturday and Sunday, like, it is like really interesting to say the least how everything is going to pan out, you know? It's so many different things that are coming to a close. And I do mean so many things that are coming to a close. For the first time ever, Revelations will be a 2-day show, and I can tell ya, it's been a time putting together Revelations this time. It's been a time. I guess you can say the time constraint of exactly how the periods of the show were laid out. It felt like it was more time, you know, but when you only have so many things that you're able to do at that time, it kind of takes away from the value just slightly. But the value hasn't been entirely turned away, if you ask me. It's one thing where I don't know what the hell is going on, but at this stage, I do. And I'm sure all of you do. When it comes down to it, you can look at certain superstars and you see their trajectory. You see where it is that they're going. And Evan and Ryan are no difference to that. They're going to be meeting the Young Gold. And the Young Gold is looking to absolutely reinvent what the discussion is when you're talking about the greatest tag team of all time. But we got to see if Evan and Ryan can even get back on par. Like they are literally off of the game. They got knocked off of their game and they haven't been the same. But right now, they got a chance to lock in. Their chance to lock in, it ain't gonna last that long though. So they gonna have to come up with something and come up with something quick. Because the men that are following Ventana, they were in the hunt for the tag team championships before. They have held that gold before. And now, Ventana himself is on a collision course with Draven Drago. I don't really know where, the sudden spark from Ventana comes from. But when somebody does deem themselves the king of something that you actually excel at, it's a real hard thing to take. And I think that was the problem when it all came down to it. But nevertheless, we do have an interesting setup right now. It's Evan and Ryan who are trying to defend their turf, but it's not gonna be an easy feat. That's why I said, man, it felt like they got knocked off of the game. And once Evan and Ryan got rattled a little bit, they started to unravel. And they started to unravel not just in, wins and losses way. It was like that tag team wrestling that we knew and loved. It started to falter, bro. It started to feel like they weren't as in sync as they should be. Especially this late in the game. But it'd be a moment's notice right here. We're going to fold him, put a knee to his face. Because it's going to be moments where you're going to be questioning, like, what in the blue hell just happened? And it's going to be a moment like that when we actually make it to Revelations. Because Evan and Ryan, they're going to either show us two things. They're going to show us, one, that they were never going to lose ever again, Or it's going to be that moment where we're asking what the hell happened to them. How do you have the most dominant year in all of tag team wrestling and then it just suddenly disappears? Either way, it's going to have you asking the question, what the hell was going on? Why were you just out of nowhere starting to take them L's? Or why the hell did we even have this discussion to begin with, But a tag is made and then another tag is made. Here we go. Not y'all walking up to each other like that. I thought that was about to be on some, we here now type of energy. Not you trying to get the quick roll up. Come on now. You know who you're trying to pin, bro. It's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way. How are you phasing in between him like that, bro? What the hell was going on right there? Goofy. Nah, he ain't goofy. My fault. That was all on me. That was all. Oh my God. That was all on me. Why are you getting up there, bro? Get down. They don't need you. They don't need you. You got to focus on something else. I know you want the boys doing good, but you got to focus up. You got to lock in on something else. There we go. Now, oh, you was able to combine that with something. I didn't think you could do it, but you actually did. Y'all might be locking in a little bit. We just got to hope that it doesn't come to that same period in time. Okay, hello. Okay, hello. Can we have a moment now? Can we have a moment now where we understand? Oh, that was actually different. I was about to say, can we have a moment of realizing he shouldn't be able to do this? But then bro used something entirely different from what I expected. That was very much possible. All that momentum able to snatch him over. You feel me? It was able to do that. Ventana watching on as they go to work. Damn. There's some of these sounds, bro, they be a little bit over the top. I don't know how it is you just raked the luchador in his eyes. I don't know how you did that when his mask is real uniquely designed. Can we see something now? I see you starting to build some momentum. Can you hold on to? No, you can't. He kicked you in the forehead. He kicked you in the forehead. I definitely believed that we was going to see something, and it's not that time yet, bro. The cover. What are you doing in there, bro? What are you doing? Honestly, what are you doing? Like, you're selling the bag for yourself. And now, if you cost him this match, bro, if you cost him this match because you can't stay out the ring, he's already about to have to go at it alone. Like, come Revelations, he's going to be going at it alone. And it's really, really going to be difficult, I guess you can say. I don't know if I can fully confidently say it's gonna be difficult, but I believe there's some place where it could be. Ventana going in alone against Draven is it's a risk, you know, but with high risk comes high reward, you know. It can be one of those where you end out this great show as the king of the luchadors. You can do that. Here we go. Rolling Thunder. Oh, that wasn't a Rolling Thunder. That was supposed to be one, but it wasn't. I like this, though. He modifying a lot of moves. Like, they modify so many different moves where you believe you know what's coming, and you definitely don't. I like that aspect, but that knee just clipped you a little bit, and he still is not done with you. Oh, yeah, it might be up. That boy is sleeping. Yeah, you better get in there, because if you didn't, it was definitely over. That cut that opened on the side of his head and everything, bro. It was done. I'm about to say, you just walking up to him menacingly, bro? That's all we doing? It ain't no type of nothing going into. Come on now. Did you really think? Did you truthfully think? And he just keeps reversing. Like, how are you getting all of your offense shut down? Now they just trading. Now they trading. Oh. Don't steal on him again. Don't steal on him again. Oh, still countered his ass again. Ain't no way, bro. Every bit of his best offense is getting shut down. Make him go back. I knew it. That little thing is a lot more useful than people will give it credit for. That little split second that you get control is real dire, bro. Like, you definitely are having a different type of time, you know? Why he beating on you like that? Why is he beating on you like that? He slowed down and everything. That is supposed to be a really, really fast move, I believe, and it just wasn't. Uh-oh. Double Joe ass over. You gonna get in there, right? You're not gonna get in there, but he's still kicked out. Not the double pinning. What is going on here? You looking like a certain, a certain rogue character, a certain rogue character that I won't mention the rest of his name. You're looking just like him with this whole double pinning situation, and it didn't work out for you either. I don't really know, man. They've used their best shots. Evan and Ryan both, I believe, have used their best shots, and still ain't been able to put this one away. You shoot him into the corner, and what do? You try to put him away with this right here. You try to put him away with this right here. Oh, that boy is too slow to his feet. He was far too slow getting back to his feet. Is it time now? Is it? No, it's not time now. Every single moment that I believe they're about to lock in, it's always something else that happens. Hold on, what you got in mind? Oh my God. Oh, he was ready for it. No, he wasn't ready for it. Original takes done in a different way. That's literally become the thing that I've expected now watching this match. Anytime something happens, I'm on my seat like, oh my God, that's about to happen. And then no, it shifts. That's what I think is about to become the finishing story of this whole thing. Is going to be something that you expect, but then it turns into something else. Unless that boy can keep having his way with that type of power. You scooped him, you dumped him, and then off the back of that, is up. I thought that was going to be a Tiger Bomb situation. Can we get some fix to it? No, we cannot. Both of y'all did something and neither one of them panned out. Oops, scoop. What the hell? I did not see that. Okay. What you got in store? What do you have in store? DDT, and that spiked him, boy. You spiked him directly on his nose, but he still kicked out. The chance for tag team wrestling, boy. That's what y'all see. Oh my God, that uppercut was nasty work. You make Ryan see his own blood, bro. He kind of loses himself. Oh, stole on you. Can you get up to capitalize though? Like, your partner gave you a gateway. Knocked him into the corner and you couldn't even get up. Not once was you able to get back on your feet. Oh, stole on you. One more time. Ah, intercepted. The cover now again on Ryan, who still got fight left. I don't know how much fight left any of them have, but Ryan being able to still be alive this deep into it tells me a lot. Oh man, this is normally a take from Evan and Ryan. They normally batter the opponents like this. Turnabout is fair play. The tag is in now. Come on. Did you tag in just to watch the count out? Or did you tag in to get some work done? It don't matter. Ryan just menacingly walked up to the ring like, yeah. You thought it was over, didn't you? You thought it was over, didn't you? You thought it was over. Come here. I don't even know if you should tag him in, boy. He in a worse way than you. Oh, ran straight into a... I said you shouldn't have brought him in there. I definitely said he shouldn't come in there. Oh my God. Come on now. Come on now. It's about to be up for you. It's about to be up for you. You better get in there again, because that boy still ain't woke up, but he's still able to kick out once again. We're going to see if you can this time. Pow, one more time with the knee. And Ryan not getting in to make the save is going to call it for Evan. This ain't good, bro. This ain't good at all. They ain't able to get their goddamn anything going. And this just does nothing but build claim for Ventana and his group, bro. It does nothing but build claim for them. Evan and Ryan have taken a huge fall, bro. We got to see if they're going to be able to hold on to those titles. But coming up next, it ain't got nothing to do with championship gold. Casey is stepping up to face Scarlett. That will be at Revelations. But next, she takes on the powerful and difficult Kay. We are definitely back in the Warzone. It is it's that moment for Casey. You know, there are very few moments that you have that are either going to be star defining or once again a failure. You know, Casey definitely has a bunch of tools to be successful. Does she have all of them? Not really. But she got enough that would make her successful here. And this is probably one of the boldest things that she could have done, is step up to compete against Scarlett. Scarlett is one that still is undefeated. No one has been able to solve the puzzle that is Scarlett. Everything that, you know, changes within the opponent when they see her walk down the ramp. It's a scary sight, you know? And for that scary sight, you gotta really consider a bunch of different things. And that, you know, that list, it kind of depends on who the opponent is. But for Casey, she already has a number of different qualities that will make her, how do you say, some kind of match for Scarlett. But again, nobody's been able to solve the puzzle of defeating Scarlett. And Casey is definitely trying to get even further into the headspace to show that she can do it. And this right here is a wonderful, wonderful task to get your head right, to get your thoughts processed, to get everything together that you want to do. In a moment's notice, everything that you have worked for in the Warzone can come crashing down. Kay is the one that has witnessed that herself. The meteoric high rise of starting with Mutiny to now being outcast on her own. This is a moment that's make or break also for her too, you know? You gotta put your stamp on what the year has been. For Casey, her year doesn't end here. For Kay, she does not have a clear path into any of the Revelation show. Like the first or second day, she don't have a clear path into there. There is Sandra Flores with her open challenge. We don't know who is going to be answering that open challenge, but we do know that Sandra Flores is hosting that. So in many different ways, some woman that hasn't had their clear path is going to gain one. As I've already mentioned, Casey is one that already has a designation for the Revelation show, but that does not mean that she can't pull one of the biggest shocks in Revelation's history. You know, this is the first time that it is a back-to-back day, like double day pay-per-view. You know, Casey can go into night one of Revelations, compete against Scarlett, win at matchup, and then go on to answer the open challenge for Sandra Flores in night two. She can absolutely do that. That is a possibility. But all things will show you what kind of momentum you have when you're dealing with somebody with the power and resilience of Kay. Because quite honestly, this right here, this is where you get your proving grounds. This is where you get everything that you've worked for. You get the payoff for it. In a moment's notice, boy, it become a different time, you know. Kay is absolutely trying to beat the overtime work out of Casey. Like, you ain't gonna go nowhere at my expense. And truthfully, that's what I pulled from Kay the first time I seen her, bro. It was like, you're not gonna make your name at my expense. I refuse. But Casey ain't trying to hear none of that. She damn well ain't trying to hear none of that. She gonna come at you full force. She gonna come at you in every way possible. Oh, now you get no elbow. Yep. Looking to shoot her off. Oh no, she went over, boy. In a moment's notice, boy. Hold on. Full head of steam. There we go. You might be questioning where you just went for that split second. I was confirming something. You feel me? I was confirming something that is definitely going to be coming later in the show. We will have a full rundown of the night 1 and night 2 matches that will be taking place for Revelations. We will be having that. It's gonna be happening, and you're gonna be able to get the full understanding, you know, of like what match is gonna be on which show, how exactly everything is being built, all of that different stuff. You're gonna be able to learn it. Oh my God, you got stole on. Don't swing and miss, because then she gonna break you in half. That's your own fault. That was your own fault, and this is not mistakes that you can make. Oh, she kicked out. I was about to say, these aren't mistakes that you can make when you're in the ring with Scarlett. That whole swing and miss situation, you gotta land those, because Scarlett ain't gonna give you no type of time for real. She's not gonna play with you. She's not gonna allow you any moments. Everything you get from her, you're gonna have to earn it. And I guess the same can be said dealing with Kay, who just tried to separate the shoulder of Casey. Oh, no you didn't. No you didn't get caught lacking like that. You tried, and she was about to show you something. One more time. Floated over with her. Cover on Kay, who still has the energy to kick out at 2. Damn. You ain't had to box her like that, though. You getting crazy on her. I don't know if she wants that. The amount of whatever you just did to wild out on her like that, bro, I don't even know. I would hate to know what you just did right there. You know, I wouldn't even want to know if you just styled on me like that for real. Way to roll her up, way to roll her up, but no. Casey's still able to hang in there just barely, boy. We see her slowing down. You can't be getting winded like this. You gotta be able to lock in for the long haul. And everything that you do is supposed to be in preparation for Scarlett, but not something like that. Getting absolutely folded is not preparation. That's letting you know what not to do. Yep. She's gonna beat the hell out of you for a little while. I hope you're okay with this. It's not like you're able to do anything about it. You in her clutches, bro, and that's just it. It's up for you. Come on now. You can wake up. You can survive this. Oh my God, I thought you could survive this, and then she punched you in the forehead, like the top of your head type thing, you know? Gotta ship you off a little bit. There you go. Let's just ship you in there a little bit. To the top rope she goes. And of course, it's got to redirect. Kay rolled away a little bit. I guess you could say ring awareness. You know, she was able to get some distance between her and that top rope. That situation would have gotten real dire. But she ain't done. You definitely thought you was going to be able to slide away. Not in this case. Not in this case. Because Casey's going for all of it. She want it all. She's trying to take it all. To shut down the monstrous K. That was a gutsy ass performance, but it was one that definitely showed she got a little bit of work to still put in, you know? Casey will meet Scarlett. But this performance right here, man, I hope it opened her eyes. It let her know a little something that she's on the way. She's gonna have to be fully prepared when she meets Kay. When she meets Scarlett. I don't know why the hell I said Kay again. But coming up next, man, we're gonna have Ramos going one-on-one with Sammy. We gotta find out, is Ramos himself ready for his own challenge in the form of Iron Man Oxley? the rude boy, Ramos. He's one of those day ones, you feel me? Ramos has never been one to shy away from a fight. And Oxley is a man that's looking for a fight at this point in time. But Ramos has made the call. I will not see you until the grandest stage of them all. Did Oxley take well to that? No. No, he did not. But this ain't his decision call. Oxley wanted the match. He's been granted the match. Is it when he wants it? Not at all. But it damn well is a match nonetheless. It's that time, man. We find out who is ready. I was about to say who is ready and who ain't, but I already told y'all, man, Oxley is not here for this whole wait and see type of time. He is not here for all that. Oxley is trying to beat the hell out of Ramos right now. But the ref, you gonna try to separate? Oh my God. He didn't call it off the match. The match ain't even happening, but are you able to separate them? No, you're not able to separate them again. Oxley floating through the air, boy. These are two of the most prolific strikers in all of Warzone's history. They are two of the heaviest hitters, and they are two of the men that can easily hurt you in an encounter. And now they're crossing paths, and Oxley has taken all types of oh no, he didn't. Ramos fighting back now. This ain't even like a sanctioned match or nothing, y'all. Like, it's not one of those. I thought we were gonna be seeing Ramos going one-on-one with Sammy, but we definitely ain't seeing that. We're not seeing. Oh, why you steal on him like that? Boy, had him searching on the ground. And sent him out the ring. Boy, Ramos said, I'm standing tall in here. This is me. This is my ring. Not yours, not your ring. Oh, he ain't done. Not him chasing after. He said, yeah, you wanted this, right? You wanted the smoke. I don't know if he should have chased after him, though. He didn't get that name Iron Man for no reason. Like, Oxley, he can go. Probably better than anybody else, he can go. Unfortunately, Ramos is getting introduced to all types of pain. And it's sure to be that pain that he didn't want to feel. Damn, not you kicking him in the forehead like that. It's one of those things, man. We are getting actually, as you can say, notified. The WPW Intercontinental Champion has arrived here. There's no one else. There's no one else. Just the Intercontinental Champion, Vader Simmons, is here. And after, I don't even know what we can call what last week was. You know, it was a tremendous shake in what we know the landscape of Warzone being. He's seemingly aligning himself with Mutiny, but at the same time not doing so, you know? Like, he aligned himself with Mutiny, but it has like a different feel to it than the normal. These two just throwing hands, bro. This is not even, you know, like, this ain't even one of those for for somebody that don't know really what's going on. You know, like, this is not one of those. This is not a match. The referee is there, but he's there because he can't stop them. The referee pulled them apart one time, and in that one time, they shoved him aside. But Ramos is in trouble. Oh my God. Dumped him on the top of his head. Yo, he dumped him on the top of his head like that.
He's rude. He's controversial. CM Punk is in the building. From the heavens, diving straight back down to hell. Things are really heating up. Oh, Dad, locked and loaded.
There's nothing between Punk and McIntyre but pure hatred.
She's setting it up. Devil's kiss. Have you ever seen anything like this?
WWE 2K26, man, we were kind of up in the air, you know. We didn't know what the decision was gonna be. We didn't know like what the turnabout was gonna be for all of it and where Warzone was going, but we do know now at this point the future of Warzone. It plain and simple, there is no future. All right, I don't want people to, you know, get their hopes up like, oh, we're gonna see it again. We're gonna see this. We're gonna see Warzone itself is gonna be returning. It's gonna be doing. I don't want people to get that type of hope in their heart because, quite frankly, I don't have any myself. You know, if I ever do something with the 2K series again, it is going to be something that is entirely different from Warzone. And I'm sure it's not going to be in like the close near future, you know, anything like that. I don't want to do that, and I'm not really worried about doing that. I definitely want to see if we can do a lot of stuff, you know, in my actual genre. But one person that is going to be busy in the near future of Warzone, it is Eli King. Eli was a man that was able to defeat A. Smith. Can he pull it off one more time? Eli meets Ace at Revelations, and it is going to be an opportunity An opportunity probably like never before. This man Eli is one of those. He's one of those that you look at and you say to yourself, I think he might be actually good, you know? I think he might be able to prove something. But yeah, I think I was actually talking about it. Like it's if it ever is to come somewhere like later down the years or whatever, where either, you know, I miss the feeling of working with 2K, or it's a different circumstance, something comes down the line, that would be probably the only reason that I would begin another 2K project. But my 2K project could not be something with the longevity of a Warzone. It can't be something with, like, you know, an hour and 53 minutes of a runtime, you know, like that's kind of wild to me. It's kind of wild to me, and if it is just me doing all of everything that revolves around Warzone, that's where the concept get a little difficult. It get kind of lost, and I guess certain people don't fully understand that. There are those who do. I can say that easily. There are those who do fully understand the concept, like, oh yeah, one person doing all this by himself, that is kind of hectic. And honestly, those are the people that I concern myself with. Those that actually do understand what the hell is going on. Why is it that he's going to be ending this thing? He says he loves it so much. Why end it? That's the reason. All right. There's a lot of stuff to do for just one person who's also trying to, you know, build his following in the thing that he actually loves the most. Like my Dragon Ball stuff is probably the most important thing to me, and I need to focus on that. I need to focus on that. Like I need Eli to focus on what is going on. I'm seeing him get beat on a little bit too often. I'm not liking this sight. He was able to show me something that I ain't seen out of him in a long time when he fought Ace. And now when you get the opportunity locked in, now you getting kicked in the face with bare feet. And I mean that quite literally. Bare feet is what you just got kicked with. There we go. Get him out of the way. Can we start something now? Can we start something now? Introduce him to the King way. That's all you gotta do. You gotta introduce him to the King way. And once you do that, then he'll understand. But I need you to make him understand. And you know, there's this talk that is surrounding everything with Mutiny as far as what is going on with the championship picture. The selection has been made. King will face Azrael. But we already know there's the lingering surroundings of every person in Mutiny. We know that already. Eli is on the defending turf right now. The defending turf is that the Empire is probably the only remaining people that separate anything surrounding Mutiny from the rest of WPW. The Empire is the only ones left. Nobody has been able to have an answer. Not at all throughout this entire year. But they got a chance. They definitely will have a chance to shut down everything that has been going on. And boy, you ain't ready for it. Oh my God. He's not ready because he couldn't even see where his opponent was. But yeah, I'm sure that's another thing that we're going to be able to talk about. Like I did tell y'all, the Intercontinental Champion, he did arrive here tonight, meaning that boy can do some work if he gonna be here tonight. That's all I'm saying. If he pull up, he can do some work, right? Right. I agree. So we will be seeing Vader Simmons in action later on tonight because, hey, bro, you showed up for work. You ain't about to just do some extra stuff. And this boy just tried to kick Eli's head into the front row. That's what he did. Damn near. I think it was probably Eli's chain that probably saved his head or something. But the quick cover on Eli, who has no choice but to kick out at 2. And you got to understand, Eli is preparing for Ace. That is a troublesome matchup all by itself. Way to steal on him. Way to steal on him. Boy, you ain't even had to throw your leg like that. Ooh. Well, we know that boy is sleeping. Unfortunately for him, though, Eli ain't done with him. Eli ain't done with him. That's really unfortunate, bro. Because I seen him take your damn head off. And I knew you wasn't there no more. Your lights was off. And the referee gonna keep counting, but Eli don't give a damn. He ain't trying to hear none of that. He said the mission has been received. The mission has been received, and it is also time for you to meet your maker. Come here, boy. Sit down for me. That's, ladies and gentlemen, right there. That's the... Oh, he kicked out. I thought Eli just put him away. I hate to ruin y'all fun, but they cannot fight forever. They will not fight forever because Eli is going to end it. Like right now. Oh my God, he got kicked in the chest. He might be out right now. Unless he does still have some fight left. I was about to say, bro, there's no way. There's no way. Can we see something? Something positive, I guess? You know? Maybe. Hopefully. Come on. Come on. Can you put a stop to him? Right now. Right now. You went under. You decked that boy in his face. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. Now all you got to do is actually put a close to it. The only unfortunate thing is that although it's got like a fucking cinder block jaw or something where it just don't even break, like you don't know how to just die. That's all you got to do is just die, bro. You don't have to get up every time you get hit. Look at that. He got right back up and he got slept once again. As I literally said it, he did what I was having a problem with. Eli, you gotta do something that's kind of crazy, you know? It was said by a very strong man once upon a time. It was one thing that was said what you have to do when your opponent keeps getting up. Hit them really, really hard. Down on the knee. There we go. As a king, you make statements. And this statement is going to be received by the United States champion Ace. It's going to be received, and it better be received well, because it was directed directly toward him. Eli Lock-In King is coming for the United States Championship. He's going to be in many different ways, starting what we can call the ascension of the Empire. I believe that he's ready for war. I don't know if y'all believe he's ready for war, but I definitely do. In my heart and in my soul, I know that he's ready for war. We're going to find out if Marilyn Lopez is ready for war. She meets Roxanne Payne right before Revelation. Next.
So many people try to imitate what we do. They stop before they started cause they got no follow through. So why don't ya come on over? We could show ya a thing or two. Cause that's just how we do.
I'm the Martin Luther of my day, paving the way, my words are potent, open, make you go and pray. Hey, let me lead, let my lyrics leave a seed, let that grow and I hope it feeds, hope it leaves you so appeased. Hey, see my light, let my life be more than hype, let my talk it be the type to show it.
It's an unfortunate situation. But yeah, I definitely got to see, is Marilyn like at all prepared for what comes at Revelations? I don't know for sure if she is, but truth be told, she definitely has a task The task that is going to be in front of her is, can she dethrone the women's champion, that being Sierra J? I don't know when we actually discuss the whole thing of, you know, who is the greatest of all time? Who is that woman when it comes to the women's division? The discussion used to be different. The discussion used to be talking about the day one, you know, the day one Sandra Flores. She was that one that was in the discussion for potentially being the greatest of all time. But a certain change happened as we made our very first WrestleMania show, like our actual first WrestleMania show. There was one woman who competed against the Queen Charlotte Flair and started a rise like we will probably never see again. That woman was Marilyn Lopez. She ascended to the mountaintop, and ever since doing so, that moment by itself was enough to give her whatever it is that she needed to move forward. And she was, in many different ways, just a superstar finding her footing. And now Marilyn has done a bunch of different things in this business. She's done a number of different major moments in this company. So you gotta look at everything that Marilyn has done and accomplished and the superstar that she's turned into today. And you gotta look at all of that stuff, and that'll help you understand why it is that Marilyn Lopez has to be in the discussion for the greatest of all time. There are many women who have had moments, yes, that, you know, to name a few. We definitely do have Amaya. Amaya had a meteoric rise when she first came here. She was beating champions, former champions, even former Hall of, like, probably future Hall of Famers, bro. She was doing all of that. But in the mix of all of that, Amaya took a fall. She took a fall and she didn't recover from it. Even after returning to the company, she was not able to recover from the fall that happened, you know? There are, you know, some that may put Ruin in that discussion. Ruin being able to develop and build herself all the way from the ground up, being a manager to now being the women's world champion. So many different avenues, you know? But Ruin herself has not had the moments, has not had the years, has not had the amount of work, all of that that's been put in by Marilyn Lopez. There's only one woman that has ever been able to live up to that amount of credibility, that amount of a legacy. And if you ask me, that is the woman that held the women's championship for the longest amount of time, and that was Sierra J. And that was a consistent time of beating any and everybody that showed up on the path, you know? There was one person left defending the name of what was the King Club, and that was Sierra J. She was able to do that. She held up the name all by herself, carrying the women's championship through 8 months of chaotic matches, through 8 months of top of the line competitors. It was almost like there was nobody that was able to shake this entire foundation that was built by her. So now you put those two names on a collision course, and you got Marilyn Lopez and you got Sierra J, and you have the coveted women's championship. The path was not a clear-cut one, but we got to it, and we gotta see who the hell is gonna be standing at the end of Revelations. But it's not. Oh, I was about to say it's not looking like it's gonna be Marilyn, because she was getting her ass beat. Almost instinctively, though, as soon as I say that, then she want to turn it around. Then she want to start acting like she got some act right in her. And then just go ahead, put a bow on it. Put a bow on it, because Roxanne is done, boy. You can stick a fork in her whatever way you want, or she gonna kick out again. Or she's gonna kick out again, you know? I thought it was over with. I ain't think you still had no fight in you. Not after that right there. But then again, you got to think about this. This is a moment in time where Marilyn needs an opponent like this. Roxanne, she don't know how to die. She's going to be one of those that's going to give you problems even if you're beating the hell out of her. Maryland needs that kind of opponent right now. She does. Ooh, now she's turned. You turned around on her, styling on her a little bit. That was a beautiful transition, bro. I can't take it away from you because that was beautiful. Dumped on your head. How you feel about it? How do you feel about it? I don't know why you applying this on the outside. I don't know why you doing that. But either way, Maryland ain't gonna let that rock. She's not gonna let it rock at all. Goddamn. 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 There we go. There we go. There. Ooh, chin checked your ass. Personally, I wouldn't have let that rock. I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't have let it rock. And then her bouncing your head off the goddamn post like that could not be me. We're at the count of what, 7 now? Now we're at 8. And Roxanne just had her goddamn nose rung against that entire post. Yeah, she gonna take the way out. I knew she would probably take the way out necessary. She knew there was no way of putting away Roxanne. And she's like, look, bro. I see it. I see what needs to be done, and I'm gonna work on that. But at the current moment, I'm self-reserved. I'm gonna go ahead and get this over with. That right there, I'm not gonna knock that. That was a smart decision by the champion, you feel me? She picked the executive decision. I'm going to go ahead and let it rock. And you can get on out of here. But speaking of executive decisions, an executive decision was made for the Joke to compete against Tsunami to see if he's truly ready for his encounter with Umbra. This man had a promised future with the way everything was shaping up for him. Being able to stand alongside the Empire in war games against the threat known as the Jokes. Everything he did leading up to that great moment. As it says, he was deemed the next generation of great. But that next generation did not quite arise. And it was all at the hands of the man he's competing against tonight. The Joke arguably took away every bit of credibility held by Tsunami. Some may say that it never was there to begin with, but I disagree with that. I disagree wholeheartedly with that. I definitely know that there is greatness inside of this man right here. It is. But it was never realized. His level of greatness wasn't realized, and because it wasn't realized, now here he is. He's here chasing a last moment. He's in the ring with the World Heavyweight Champion, who is kind of split on his focus at the current moment. His focus is on the man of Umbra, but he has to shift. He's got to redirect, because we all know what it is that Umbra is capable of. We know it for sure what he can do. Heavyweight champion has not seen a task like the one he's gonna have to overcome by the time we make it to Saturday. As difficult as the challenge is gonna be, boy, on Saturday, this right here, this is one of them. This is one of them, bro. I mean, you definitely know there's a bigger threat down the line, but the one in front of you is not just as big of a threat, but he's damn well a sizable one. And I do mean that literally and figuratively. He's definitely a sizable threat. And he's gonna be trying to rip your head off because of everything that you have cost him in his mind. As Tsunami sunk, the joke did nothing but ascend. Stealing on him, he gonna steal on him some more. Then get dumped on his neck. You do know he has his clear path to the revelations, and unfortunately, the same cannot be said for his family, who were, as we all know, outbeat by the young goat. The young goat will go on to face the Ace of Hearts, but meanwhile, boy, Tsunami just went around and around. I don't even know why you tried to grab him like that. I don't know why you tried to grab him like that. You know he ain't going for none of that. You ain't even have to do all that. You ain't even have to do all that. Unless he just told you get up. He told you get your ass up. Boy, I knew you was gonna struggle trying to pick him up. What the hell you do that for? If there's anything I can ever advise you, you don't try to pick up somebody the size of Tsunami. You don't do it. And look, bro, he's still here for all them problems. Like, he still want all the antics. Like, you smacking him across the face ain't gonna do nothing but piss him off more. There it is. Now he about to beat your ass. You shouldn't have did all that, bro. You should have put him away. There we go. Oh. What a big beefy ass clothesline. Some might call that a lariat. Now see, look, you still doing it. Every time you do that, you don't do nothing but piss him off. And he gonna scoop you, and guess what? Did you shift your weight on him? How did you even do that? How did you manage to do anything like that? Shifting your body weight on somebody the size of Tsunami. You gotta lock in, man. You gotta lock in. Can we get one? Emphatic Joker's Law. That is how you put away. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, I thought he had just beat him. No, he didn't. Hey, look, I bought into it. And Tsunami said, you better not write me off. Not like that, you not. Oh, not off the roll-up. No, you didn't. You tried him off the roll-up? Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. People that understand, you understand why it's not a good sign. You know what comes after that happens. Uh-oh. I think that puts you right there. I think that puts you right there. Oh, he ain't gonna do you like that? It takes one moment right now. Oh, you tried it. You tried it. Y'all are trading right now? They are absolutely trading right now, bro. It's going back and forth. I don't remember right now who's in possession of it, but somebody has got that rage in possession. You know, one of them does. Not you just scooping them over the top and saying that's it. You got a lot more work to do, bro. A lot more work to do. And he gonna get back to his feet because, of course, you got him all shades of bent. All shades of bent. Double knees. Stop playing with him. Oh. Oh, no, he was able to counter your counter. Never seen bro counter your counter like that. Oh, come here. Not you running head first into it. Another one. I don't know how to tell you this, but Joker's Law, it don't miss twice. Yes, it do tonight. That boy's still feeling supremely confident, and I don't know how. I don't know how he's still able to show, like, he feel like he got this one in the bag. His best move didn't work twice. We ain't seen Tsunami's best shot just yet, but I got a feeling it's about to be coming. Super kick. This is one of those moments where I feel like the Joker's in a bad way. He's in a really, really bad way. It's like I said, man, the threat of Umbra, it came out of nowhere. Literally, it came out of nowhere. The darkness was shrouded him, and now he was able to put away Tsunami. But that right there, that let me know everything that I need to for when he does meet Umbra. That, if we see this joke, his championship reign ends. Will he be the final World Heavyweight Champion, or will it be a different situation? Will it be something along the lines of, I don't know, man. I don't even know what I can call that situation for him. But nevertheless, we got to switch gears, man, because the self-proclaimed king of the cruiserweights is going on a tirade, I guess you can say, against the former cruiserweight champion, Kevin Barnett. You wanted a moment of cruiserweights. This was the best of them. Kevin Barnett was the cruiserweight champion, and Draven never got to compete in that division. You want to be the king of the cruiserweight style, the king of the luchadors, the king of the masked wrestlers. You want all of that. That's what you want your legacy to be. That is all possible. All you gotta do is do a couple things first. You gotta beat the best of the cruiserweights, and then you gotta lay waste to who it is that has claim over being king of the luchadors. It's got to be one fall to a finish for this encounter with Draven. It's like I said, man, you want to be the king of your preferred style. You got to beat those who are the best at it. And Kevin Barnett was the best of our entire our cruiserweight division. It was led by him, man. In so many different ways, it was led by him, and now he is, how do you say, chasing a different claim. He was the final cruiserweight champion, and with that being said, you know, it's a lot of pressure that comes on the shoulders of someone else that's making the claim to be the king of your division. They never wrestled in it. They never even stepped foot inside of it. But you were there. Day in and day out, you were there. And Draven is one that has honed his skills over the time of being elsewhere. But being elsewhere does not certify you as the king of a division. Knocking off those who already have that claim is what does that. And I think truthfully this is going to be that moment for him where, you know, Kevin Barnett is going to let him know what it is that he's truthfully in store for. Ventana is not somebody that he's going to be able to take lightly. And us knowing that, it kind of shows a shred of what it is that Draven should know himself. That was a textbook right there, boy. He seen what was coming and was already on the other side of it. But you got to do your homework in moments like this. You have to. It's something that you really got to instill within yourself. Like, oh, I'm going to be looking out for this. I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled for that. Is there a time now? Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Damn, hung him out to dry. You getting stole on a little bit, boy. You better line up again. Oh, you still could not land it. I know he's going to keep trying that until he can actually get that one off. I know he is. He wants everything inside of him to be able to land that. Damn, not you folding over and missing. And look, I ain't gonna take away nothing. Like, you know, like Draven does have the tools to be successful inside of the cruiserweight division if it ever was one this year. You know, he does have it. He has all of those tools, but Kevin Barnett is he's one that has a solid claim to that. You know, he was the final cruiserweight champion, and not only that, he is one of the very best in the world when it comes to his craft. So it's almost like, man, you want my throne, you got to come and take it from me. And doing stuff like this, bro, he's showing it to you. He's showing it to you that this is what he does. That boy Draven trying to pick up the pace. He just ain't been able to like he quite wants to. He ain't been able to pick up the pace. He ain't been able to do work the way he wants to. Kevin has been able to shift all of that. And look, here he come again. Here he come again. He got one more for you. I knew he had it for you. He got one more for you. Face buster. There we go. Floating over into it. Ooh, that was actually a close one. Boy, I thought it was over with. Draven is definitely getting more than he was expecting out of Kevin Barnett. And it's not to say that he was overlooking him, you know? You think that a guy has an off year of sorts. And, you know, you believe that in your heart. Like, oh, damn, you know, I think I can probably beat him. That's until you take him back to what made him great to begin with. You take him back to where it is that he was able to thrive. And this is where he was able to get the best out of himself. He was able to perform at the highest level. When he was against somebody who wanted to wrestle his same exact style or is around his same exact size. But then you throw him in there with heavyweights and things like that, it just doesn't work out the same. He's not going to have the same success. Oh, but he got caught out of nowhere. Draven planting him face first into the mat, but Kevin kicks out. Oh, not you trying to style on him. He said, not me. Again, not at my expense. You kind of struggling to get up over there. You gotta ask the question now, though. What is it that Draven can do? I think he hit his best shot. His best shot was for sure thrown out. And Kevin was able to survive that. And with that being known that he was able to do so, it kind of begs the question, you know, like in my mind, it kind of comes to that point, like, well, damn, is he good, you know? Oh, you tried it again. Hold that. A sleeper-like clothesline from Kevin, who is lining that boy up. This the one. That's the one that won him championships in the past. He successfully defended the Cruiserweight title, and now he looking to put away Draven, who still kicks out again. My boy Kevin ain't done. He like, all right, if that's what it takes, hold this for me. Oh, out the way. Big knee to the back. That's a way to shut him down. That's a way to shut him down. Put a knee in the spine and then just break it, you know? If you can't walk, you can't kick out. That's a nice amount of logic. I believe it, but he's still not done. Draven, you cannot afford to lose yourself here. This is the very best of the best in a cruiserweight situation. Kevin not knowing when to give up. Draven not knowing when to give up. But somebody at the end of the night is going to suffer a loss. He's looking for it. It might be you. Might be you, a missile drop kick. I don't know what you got in mind, but I don't like it already. I don't like. Oh, had him scouted was Kevin. Now look at this, bro. He's still able to do this deep into the match. Like, that's the crazy thing to me. He's still able to do that this deep into the match. He's been hit with everything possible from Draven. Oh, tried his own home run swing. Again, a shot to the back, though. Bro, they both throwing him out there, you know. They both throwing him out there. They just not getting nothing out of it. Off of the ropes, big drop kick, floored him. He said it's over with. What you got in mind, bro? What are you about to go through? Hurricane Rana from the top. Or the second rope, I think it was. You get planted face first. Oh my God, prime position it was about to be, but no, Kevin said, I got a response for you. Hold this for me. Oh my God, he did not roll you over like that. Oh! I thought that was going to be the greatest transition ever for Kevin Barnett, but then he got set up. Oh my God. Into the cover to put. Oh, Kevin is still in. He kicked out again. I don't know what the hell it's going to take now. I ain't got no idea. This is the excitement that the Cruiserweight division used to bring to Warzone. This is everything that they used to be doing, man. And again, I told y'all, Kevin was the best of them. Draven is in there with the very best from that division. This is cover after cover, big move after big move. Neither one of them knowing how to give the hell up. He overshot that landing just by a margin. Oh, and stomping on the shoulder. That boy gonna create an opening for himself, but guess what? So is Kevin. So is Kevin floating across. He ain't done yet. He ain't done yet. Oh, what you thought? What did you think was about to happen? One more time, man. I know you got one more in you. I know you got one more in you. Springboarding, clothesline. You know what must be done. You know what must be done. Kevin has to put the final nail in the coffin. Again countered by Draven. bridging into the cover, 2 count, and a 3. Oh my God, that was literally a split-second decision by Draven being able to pull him over and bridge into that cover. Kevin Barnett just gave Draven every bit of what he was asking for. But coming up next, man, we gonna run it down for y'all so you don't get lost in the shuffle no more. This is going to be the performance of a lifetime from Ruin delivering to Princess Brightly. I already feel it. Brightly is in a bad spot, and she's going to be in an even worse one when the bell rings next. Uh-oh, that's even worse. She indeed is your current women's world champion, but will she be? And this is a very, very strong claim for her to have. Will she be the first and only women's world champion? So many have come in front of Ruin during her tenure in the Warzone, and not surprisingly, not many have been able to be successful in their venture. Fiona could be just the latest victim. You feel me? She could be just the latest one to step up and have her name added to the list of victims. But it's something different about Fiona. It's something different about the type of competitor that she is. She'll go to the ends of the earth to make a moment. And there won't be a bigger moment for her career than competing one-on-one with Ruin for that very championship. But as I believe we're about to witness, man, I don't think that competing against Ruin is a thing that everybody should do. I think there are those people who are thoroughbreds, and those are the ones that should be in the presence of the Queen of Oblivion. But anybody else, I believe you're fighting a losing battle. And I need y'all to understand, I myself have enjoyed Brightly from the very beginning. But do I believe in my heart that Princess Brightly is going to be a threat to Ruin in this situation right here, right now? Not at all. I do not believe she's gonna be enough to even make Ruin break a sweat. I think Ruin is about to absolutely demolish the legacy that is Princess Brightly. All of those that enjoy her, you know, the little kids sitting in the front row, you enjoy watching Brightly because she bring a smile to your face, all that stuff. Her smile is gonna get snatched away in this encounter with Ruin. That's just what it is, bro. That ain't taken away from her ability or anything. That's understanding who the hell she's in the ring with. And that's what Fiona is gonna have to do, man. She's gonna have to understand who the hell she's getting into the ring with. And we see Brightly, man, she's trying to get that early bird special, you know? That early bird, let me get my hands on you. Because that's all that it takes. But at the same time, the bigger threat on the outside of the ring, those three women. Ruin was already dangerous enough by herself. But then you add these three women who definitely didn't need to be here, but they are here. And it does absolutely nothing for the reputation of Ruin if she is one that does lose in this situation in front of those who have followed you into battle. You getting doubled over like that, bro. Come on now. There we go. Turn it around. And you didn't even get a 1 count. You turned it around. Successful. You couldn't hold her for at least a 1 count. That's not good. Damn it, she just clubbed you in the back of the head. Like that was light work. She sit your ass down. That's what she said. And then a shoulder tackle from the second rope. Like she knocked the wind out of you with just that one right there. Want to continue it. And then you getting stomped into the corner. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about though. The relentless assault that comes from Ruin every time she's competing against somebody. You got no idea what to do, bro. If you're not locked in and if you're not one of those, this assault is gonna come your way and you're gonna be less than a shuffle, bro. You're gonna not know what the hell you're supposed to do to respond. None of that. And then you took that turnbuckle pad off of there and you exposed it, and you probably put Ruin in a position where she could have it used against her, you know? You could be in that position. But the referee was able this time to, you know, pay attention and do his job the way it was supposed to be done. He was able to do that. And now into the cover, but a kick out. Ooh, not you getting out the way. That was unfortunate, and then a boot ran through your face. Looks like they're having a meeting out there, boy. They're having a meeting discussing what we seeing. Uh-oh. This ain't good. This ain't good. Hold on. She said one more time. Into the corner with it. And Angel right back up on the apron again, bro. Snatching off, bro. She took off the same turnbuckle pad. Ref, I thought you put that on there tight enough. I definitely thought you put that on there tight enough, bro. What are you doing? There we go. Come on now. You can fix that up real quick. You can. It's possible. You taking a long time, bro. There you go. Turn your back to the action again. Man, now Whitney getting up on the apron, man. Y'all got too many options of stuff going on. And Ruin is not here for none of that. She's just here to decimate. She's here to dominate. She's here to do everything possible to keep the Women's World Championship. Brightly is learning this lesson. Those many offensive flurries that she's been having is not exactly anything is matching up to what Ruin can produce in a small amount of time. Not you being able to turn it into a cover. You turned it into, no, you did not. She turned your ass over. She turned your ass over, and you almost lost the matchup based off your own counter. And I was about to say, I hope you got an answer for this, because if you don't, we're going to go ahead and close the curtain on you. But can you pull this off? Yes, you can. Bridging into it. A cover by Brightly, but kicking out is Ruin. Up and down. Up and down. And one more time. Up and down with authority. Come on now. You got one chance. You got one chance and you got to make it count. Oh my God. Ruin is going to snatch that chance away from you. She's going to snatch it away from you in a heartbeat. You just keep bulldozing through you like that. Like, bro, she's treating you like a kid. And she definitely treating you like a kid that just can't do anything. Okay. Hold on, you feeling a little bit. You feeling a little bit. Can she put it together? Can she put it together? Elbow to the small of the back. It's time. She feeling it this time. Oh my God. Snatched you by the ankle. A split second distraction. And Ruin just destroyed you. Transition into one hell of a power bomb. Angel Love paying dividends to the women's world champion. That's what I'm talking about, man. The small moment of interaction from Angel Love was enough to distract Brightly, who was in the closing moments, probably closing in on a surprising victory over Ruin. Snatched away. But coming up next, man, we will have the Intercontinental Champion Vader Simmons in one-on-one action against one and only Adam Dixon. But next, we're going to be running down the Revelations card. So stay right here and you'll see Night 1 and Night 2.
They gon' wanna put the cam on, make them put the jams on. This is who I am, and I'm everything the fans want. Center of attention, it was written in the plans. I said I'm on a mission, they don't even understand. I do this cause I love it, champion to the public. Steady rising above it, I'm loving who I'm becoming. I'm steady calling the shots, stay connecting the dots. No way I could ever lose, that ain't a part of my plot.
As I mentioned, man, Revelations is going Hollywood this year. It is going to be the very first time where the show is 2 nights. And we're going to be breaking down the matchups, as in our very first one is going to kick off the Revelations weekend will be The Joke defending against Umbra for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Joke has been in a very, very backed up corner. Will he be able to turn his fortunes around when the championship is actually on the line? Or will Umbra be able to shift and become the World Heavyweight Champion? But then we switch gears, man, and we go into the tag team scene where we will be seeing the Young Gold compete against the champions, the Ace of Hearts, Evan and Ryan, Andrew and Norton. We find out who is the greatest tag team of all time. Will it be the Ace of Hearts or will it be the Young Gold? And then we're going to be switching gears yet again because Casey is going to be dealing with the one and only Scarlett. Scarlett has been undefeated as the Warzone has gone on. Will that remain intact as the show comes to a close? They will be on the night 1 of Revelations, and then we're going to be jumping into some more championship gold that is going to be getting defended because it is going to be Kyrie Chen defending against Paige Cruz. Paige is one that is shown she got everything necessary to dethrone Kyrie. Will it happen when we make it to Revelations? Will she become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion? Or will it be one of the moments like before? Because we got claims that are being laid to being the absolute king of a division, and Draven is the first to make that claim. Ventana is one with an answer to that claim. Who is king of the luchadors? We find out when they clash at Revelations. It's going to be an interesting encounter if it's got anything to do with what we seen earlier tonight from Draven. We got ourselves a battle. But then you talk about battles, and one battle in particular is going to be a never before seen. The Queen of Oblivion takes on Fiona Summer, defending her Women's World Championship. Ruin, you got yourself a matchup this time. Fiona is a thoroughbred. but is she gonna be able to call herself Women's World Champion? And then the final one for night 1 is going to determine how in the hell we're gonna see night 2 when Mutiny competes against the Empire in a 6-man tag match. If Mutiny wins this matchup, it will be Mutiny rules for night 2 when King competes against Azrael. But if the Empire wins, it will be straightforward one-on-one action. But speaking of one-on-one action, one-on-one is what you can expect to see when Sierra J meets Marilyn Lopez. One of these women lays claim to being the greatest of all time and will leave as the women's champion. Will it be Marilyn Lopez, or will the legend continue and Sierra J reigns as the top woman of the WPW roster? But then you talk about defending a place. Rude Boy Ramos made the mistake of overestimating what it is that he was capable of. Oxley is looking to bring him back down to his own personal level. The two of them meet for the last time. They were rivals before. This is a rivalry renewed, but it will all come to a screeching halt once we end the Revelation show. And then again, we jump into some more championship gold because one man has seemingly been unstoppable until he ran into one force. Eli looks to rip away the United States Championship from Ace Smith. It looks like he's the only man that can do it because Ace was unbeatable until he crossed paths with the Street King. We gotta talk about a number of different things when it comes to these two, but we're not only talking about sibling rivalries with this next matchup. This one is going to involve sisters, where one has, I guess you can say, proclaimed her way as the best way. But Rox is not exactly here for none of that. She ain't here for none of them antics. But she will be meeting her older sister Evelyn, and they will clash in night 2. And I made the statement of what this could turn out to be. We have no idea who it is that's going to be accepting the Women's United States Championship Open Challenge, but Sandra will be hosting it. We gonna know who gonna walk down that ramp. It could be any and everybody. It could be somebody that ain't here, somebody that is here, somebody ain't been here. Regardless, it's opportunities for all of that to happen. But then you jump into a really, really major one. It's a man that's about to be in action. Vader Simmons looks to defend his Intercontinental Championship against Christian King, the man that he targeted in the last encounter of episodes. Bro, Christian is looking for redemption, I can tell you that. Is he gonna get that redemption? Is Vader Simmons gonna leave as the Intercontinental Champion? And then when you turn the book to the final page, who is the greatest of all time? Azrael defends the Universal Championship against the Gold-Blooded King. These two have been put up against one another in so many different fantasy bookings. This is no longer fantasy. The two of them will compete in the main event of night 2 for the Universal Championship. The Revelation shows they are going to be very, very interesting to see. But it's about that time, man. We close out the final Warzone episode that will take place on a Wednesday. Vader Simmons competes live and next. We are back into the Warzone, as I stated, for the final time on a Wednesday. Adam Dixon, you have the opportunity to do some absolute crazy work right now. And I do mean that literally, to do some absolute crazy work. Vader Simmons has been one of the biggest problems possible since Road to Glory areas of time. The build to Road to Glory showed us truthfully what Vader Simmons can be. And if you ask me, Vader is more of a problem than Mutiny all by itself. Everything he did last week, he did it by himself. Literally everything, he did it by himself. So if you ask me, in a moment's notice, Vader is going to be, how do you say, testing Adam at this point. It ain't gonna be a test for Vader. I know that's what a lot of people would believe it is, seeing how he performs, but we know what Vader can do. We don't need to test him any longer. We know what he's capable of. But if you ask me, man, I don't know. It's probably something for a different discussion at a different time, but Vader himself might be more fit to lead Mutiny altogether. And I know that's a bold statement to make. It is a very, very bold statement to make, but it's one that I would believe wholeheartedly. He turned over a new life, bro, and ever since he did, it's been one that has been the best for his career. And on night 2, he's going to be seeing himself defend that championship against Christian. But even before that, he's going to be in the main event of night 1, which is going to let us know what kind of championship matchup we're going to see when King meets Azrael. Personally, I would love nothing more than to see King versus Azrael in its purest form. We want to know, with all the declarations that have been made over the years, one of them is better than the other. And we want to find that out, like I said, in the purest form possible. You got two men that are undefeated at Revelations. One of them will end the entire run of Revelations still undefeated, and the other, he will suffer a crippling defeat when the Universal Championship is on the line. But Vader is not here for none of that. Vader is trying to make sure his stamp is left on the Warzone. Truthfully, it ain't much he gotta do, bro. If you ask me, it's already been laid there. And if you think about it, Mutiny is gonna be led by him on night 1. It ain't gonna be Ace. Ace is gonna be preparing for Eli in night 2. He's gonna be resting up for that encounter. And it's literally going to be a moment's notice where Vader Simmons is going to be in charge of the rest of Mutiny for that night. Travis Amir and Van Sice Jr. will be joining him to compete against the Empire. And like I said, if the Empire can manage a W on that night, they'll be setting King up for one of the most difficult challenges ever conceived. A Mutiny Rules matchup where anything goes. Anything can happen, and the only way to win is by pinfall or submission. But if you look at that concept, you look at everything possible from that concept, there's too many factors of Mutiny. There are 3 members of the Empire. The Mutiny has too many weapons. The newly recruited Vader Simmons, Travis Amir, Van Sice Jr., Ace Smith, and the Universal Champion himself, Azrael. Those are threats, bro. Those are a bunch of different names that can affect the outcome of any matchup, let alone the Universal Championship matchup. So in many different ways, King and the rest of the Empire are gonna have no choice but to pull double duty, you know? That's all they're gonna be able to do, and Vader Simmons is probably gonna be the biggest threat on that team. And that's a bold statement to make. But look at what he's doing to Adam Dixon. It's a real bold statement to make when the team is full with him, Travis Amir, and Van Sice Jr. We've seen what both of them can do. But if you ask me, everything that we've seen from Travis Amir, Travis is not the same competitor, bro. He's not. He's not the same competitor that was World Heavyweight Champion. He's not the same competitor that was Intercontinental Champion. He's a man that is just trying to make his mark. And Vader Simmons has done it in a shorter amount of time than he ever could. The quick cover now and a kick out. Yeah, in the smallest amount of time, Vader has been able to shift the attention, to shift the draw to himself. In all of this, it was one thing that was said that it shouldn't even be Azrael defending the Universal Championship on Mutiny's behalf. That is a bold statement to make. You know, when you put somebody on that high of a pedestal, that the current Universal Champion is being looked down upon as like the one that shouldn't be defending the title for the group. But Vader is tied up in his own situation, which he's going to be dealing with Christian. But boy, the way that he's able to throw his weight around, the way he's able to use his power to his advantage, all those things have come into play in shaping the character that we now know as Vader Simmons. But Adam ain't having none of that, boy. He said, get your ass up. Oh, I don't know why you tried to punk him like that. I don't know why you tried to punk him like that. This is what we seeing, bro. Like, he's slowed down the pace. At every opportunity that he's wanted to, he's been able to slow down the pace, turn the matchup into how he wanted to be, and break his opponent at the same time. Cover on Adam. Barely kicks out at 2. And Vader himself was surprised by that. You know, like I said, it did take him a nice minute to do so. And look at that. Look at the raw power, bro. That's what I'm talking about. That's game changing. And it has been game changing, but Adam is somehow able to continue to kick out. You doing nothing but prolonging this enjoyable experience for Vader Simmons. You see a star created overnight. That is the experience that has happened to Vader. He's been able to turn all of this into something for himself, missing that moonsault though. Adam able to escape out the back door. He going under, and guess what? Oh, referee got in the way a little bit. Able to get into it and use it to his advantage. Boy, you kind of slept him a little bit. That was a little slow on it. A little slow on that exchange, but you was able to get it done. The cover now with a kick out. You got to see what it is that you able to put together off the back of this. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh, didn't work out. Did not work out. You got to put your hands up. Like, Adam, I know he's overwhelming you with power. Good grief, but you got to put your hands up. It's another cover by Vader, but still kicking out is Adam. When you on your last legs, bro, literally, you in your last moments, you're in the final matchup of a Warzone show on Wednesday. You got to make the most of it. And Adam is trying his damnedest. He's trying his absolute damnedest. But it's only so much that he's able to do, bro. Soaring through the skies and taking him out. You would argue somebody his size shouldn't be able to do that. They shouldn't be able to. But guess what? He was able to. He was able to float through the air and do all of that because that's just him, bro. He's just built like that. Double his ass over. There we go. There we go. Float over a little bit on him. He survived your best shot. That was probably your only opportunity to put Vader away. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it might be up. Unless you can miraculously somehow do another one of those, which I highly doubt, because you barely got that one off. Oh, hold on. Scoop your ass. Done. Ball game. We appreciate you for coming through. We definitely do. You still got some fight left. I see it. I see it. Let me see it then. Let me see. Oh, that's probably the big break he needed. That is probably the big break that he needed in this match. He just dumped him on the top of his head on the apron. You gotta tell me that's what you needed. Oh my God, and he kicked you in the jaw right off the back of that DDT. How in the blue hell did he recover that fast? How in the blue hell did he just change the trajectory of the matchup with a few moments and then put away Adam Dixon? I want y'all to realize that. Bro got dumped on the top of his head on the apron, thrown back into the ring, and then shifted the whole matchup and put an end to it. That's game changing right there. Vader Simmons became game changing, but the game itself comes to an end at Revelation Saturday and Sunday. We're gonna be marching that way. I hope to see you all there. This has been Warzone Professional Wrestling signing off for your Wednesday shows. I will see you for Revelations.